And we are back on the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve, Loveland, Central Florida's voice of real estate. Been doing this radio show for far too long, over 25 years. We didn't have a big quarter century celebration on that, Bruce.
We should do that.
We should do that. I think I'm going to do that in November, December, and invite all of our clients we've gotten from the radio show over the years. But it's my privilege. I work 7 days a week selling real estate, and as you do mortgages, 7 days a week. But I just love delivering news, real news, and from people that own real estate. I'm in the trenches. I'm not a guy who just writes about selling homes. I know what it takes to sell them, and it just I see what goes on, and I see what works, and I see what doesn't. And it's so funny because real estate is so personal. That's why you can't. I'm sure there's an app out there that'll tell you how to sell your home.
I'm sure there is.
It's not going to take into account all of the emotions and what to do when somebody leaves a door unlocked and let the cat outside. The thing when you're showing your house and all these things that come up, or how to negotiate an offer when the offer comes in $50,000 low. Is that somebody even you want to respond to? What's your activity like? Things like that. So, but that's why, I see so many offers, Bruce. I'm seeing about 100 to 200 offers a month still on properties. And, out of that, we make the good ones work. But it's recognizing what's going to actually work and what's not going to work.
Well, you know what's working right now, Cleve?
What?
Hometown Heroes. So, I do a lot of down payment assistance because I like helping first-time home buyers, okay? But here's the thing. Most people that want some type of down payment assistance, 9 out of 10 don't qualify. They don't meet the credit score requirements. They make too much money, or they can't find a house that fits within the parameters of that down payment assistance program. But Hometown Heroes is the first state-funded program that really does help our heroes. Now, heroes, veterans are included in that, and they have special privileges. You have law enforcement, you have EMTs and first responders, and you have teachers, and you have healthcare workers. If you are a licensed full-time employee, you can get up to $25,000 towards your down payment and your closing costs.
Is this a Florida thing?
Well, there are some in a couple other states, but it's primarily a Florida thing. Yep.
But that's a nice little shot in the arm.
Well, not only that, most down payment assistance programs here locally would cap your income at somewhere between, and this is whole household income, be about $60,000. Okay. Now, Hometown Heroes goes up to 150% of the area median income, which is about $123,000 worth of income. Now, it also allows you to have a non-occupying co-borrower. So let's just say I got a nurse and she makes $50,000, but she doesn't quite qualify to buy a $400,000 house based on her debt ratio. I can bring on a non-occupying co-borrower on this program. There isn't a down payment assistance program that I've ever seen that allows for a non-occupying co-borrower. None.
So mom or dad
could co-sign.
Aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa.
Right. And listen, you have to be a first-time home buyer, but you cannot have owned a primary residence within the last 3 years. However, there's some leeway to that, because if I got mom and dad and they live in Michigan and they're going to co-sign for their daughter that's a nurse here, and they own a home, well, that would disqualify you. But it doesn't on this program.
That's good.
I'm telling you.
It's common sense.
It makes sense. It's a great program. My team are experts on this program. I'm teaching classes to real estate agents and the general public on it on a regular basis. Go to WeBringYouHome.com to check my calendar out, and you can see where my classes are. If you are a real estate agent and you want more information on this program, or think you understand it but don't, I'm going to tell you something. We are experts at it. If you are a hero, I'm one of the sponsors of the K92.3 All-Star Jam. I will have a booth there, and we are going to be celebrating our heroes. If you have any questions about it, don't hesitate to give us a call or stop by my booth on September 4th at the K92.3 All-Star Jam. I will be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. But don't wait. Stop renting. It's the perfect time. Cleve, I was looking at this, and here's another way that you and I can reach out and help more people. So what do you think that the schools are struggling with right now? What do you think their main struggle is right now?
Discipline. They're not allowed to spank anybody.
No, they're not. That's a good one, but because they did when I was in school. I had my ear pulled and got paddled a few times, okay? Yep. But what do you think they're struggling with the most?
Good help.
That's right. They can't hire teachers.
Yeah.
They can't hire teachers.
Yeah.
So think about this. Let's just say that you are a principal of a school or a teacher, and you know that your school needs more teachers. Why not send the recruits that you're trying to recruit over to Cleve and I?
Yep.
Cleve's team will show them the community, and we'll hook them up with hometown heroes.
Yeah.
Now you got a tour guide to show you the community
Yeah.
that shows you the houses that meet your price range, and you can attract teachers by helping them because this program will allow them to cover their closing costs and prepaid escrows and their down payment for that matter.
Yep.
So it makes no sense not to do it. Stop what you're doing right now. Pick up the phone. Cleve and I are available today. You can reach me at 407-250-9144 in Cleve.
407-352-8118 or lovelandreport.com. Bruce, I got an email here talking about when's the right time to adjust your price on a house.
Okay.
And this is what I do, and it's funny, I haven't had to do it in a long time, but since listings were selling within a week or two. But if a house is on the market for more than 2 to 3 weeks, I want to go show my seller what happened. Okay, you're a 4-3 with a pool listed for $499 and you didn't sell. How many people do we have come through the door? What was the feedback? Okay, we need to paint the purple bedroom. You need to fix your lawn. Your sod's dead. But who else sold at $499?
Right.
Not just in your neighborhood, but within a mile or two of you. This is the market, and this is what people don't understand. Nobody controls the market. The real estate market will tell you what's happening. And market
Absolutely.
value is what you walk away from the closing table with, not what people are asking. And that's what's going on right now. So we're going to have there's a reckoning coming. There's a, I don't know if it'd be a great resignation, but it'll be a great squeeze out as all these realtors out there that don't know what a market analysis is or don't know how to price a property or look a seller in the eye and say, hey guys, we tried this price. We can't get it. Reducing from $499 to $498 is not going to help. We need to go to $479.9 or $483.9. But the truth is, Bruce, whether it's $100,000 or $10 million, anywhere in the country, there's an absorption rate, and you figure out what that is. It's how many homes per week are being sold around you, and there's still sales happening around you. A lot of sales.
Absolutely, there's
a lot of sales, and it's just so you got to watch that absorption rate. And if you didn't sell, I can almost track sometimes. When we call and get feedback. We'll say, oh, we like that house, but we bought the one down the street because it was $10,000 less and had a 3-car garage, not a 2-car. And
right.
that you lost a buyer. And this is what we're moving back into. We're back to 2017, 18, 19.
Where is a good, stable market where we should be?
And what were rates back then? The 4s?
Probably. I don't know.
3, 4 years ago.
2018?
Yeah, we were in the 4s, right?
Yeah,
Somewhere
probably.
around there. So we're just barely above that. But here's what's interesting around the rest of the country. And I pulled this stat from an article on Fox Business. And it's, we are still, compared to 2019, there's 40% less homes on the market.
Okay.
Nationwide.
So
we're still a
40% less.
much tighter market than it was in 2019.
Well, that gives buyers a better opportunity.
Yeah.
Where the buy. Listen, you think about this, Cleve. The home buyer that was not a move-up buyer, because the move-up buyer made a ton of money when they sold, right?
Yep.
But the first-time home buyer couldn't get in the market in the last 3 years. They couldn't pay overprice. Okay, they couldn't make up the difference if they had to pay over ask price. They didn't have the money for it. Sellers weren't accepting FHA loans.
Yep.
They weren't accepting VA loans. They definitely weren't paying closing costs.
Yeah. That's
right?
all shoes on the other
All
foot.
of these things are now in your favor. So don't keep renting. Get the heck out of renting and stop throwing your money in the garbage.
2 great listings, Bruce.
What's
I've
that?
got one in Castleberry, 2 bedrooms,
Nice.
2 baths, 1,300 square feet with a 1-car garage, corner lot. It's getting a brand new roof and nice little screen porch, great little fenced yard, and that's going to be $293,000.
Great starter home.
Then I've got one in right on the edge of Orlando, Maitland, off Maitland Boulevard, or the Maitland Parkway, and that one is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,600 square feet, big screen porch, big final fenced yard, all tile throughout the entire home. And that one is at $332,900.
Okay, good.
So
well,
those are great starter homes.
Those are 2 affordable homes that you could probably get into and pay pretty close to what you're paying for rent right now. So even if it's not your dream home, it's a starter home. And listen, my starter homes were always starter homes, and then they became my rental homes, and that's what makes you money. So you don't have to look at the first home as being your last home you ever buy. Use it to step up. It's a leapfrog program, and Cleve and I can help you with that. 407-250-9144 for the Lone Ranger. 407-250-9144. You can reach me there, or you can go directly to my website at webringyouhome.com. webringyouhome.com. Cleve?
407-352-8118. Remember, you look up and down the street there, one of those rooftops in the past 50 years. My family's probably helped sell it, buy it, or manage it.
Yep. So we've got a couple of things going on. We saw that the prices dropped by a little over 1% from June to July in Orlando. But that's the big news that grabs people's attention. They think, okay, the market's dropping.
Yeah, that's the bloody headline.
That's the bloody headline. But the reality of it, and here's the reason I say don't wait around to buy. The reality is that home prices, if you look at a different statistic, because there's always something that will balance things out, home prices in Central Florida are up between 18 and 20.1% from this time last year. They're up. Okay, so is it really time to sit back and wait? The cost of waiting will cost you thousands, tens of thousands. Think about this, Cleve. What's your average 2-bedroom, 2-bath going for in this area?
Rent?
Yep.
$2,000.
$2,000 to $2,100.
All these new apartment complexes, they look really cool. There's some neat architecture out there. I see some new. I'm like, oh, that's a new apartment complex. Where'd that come from?
They make it sweet.
They're full, and they're like my stepson's moving out of town, but he was paying rent. He was paying for a 2-bedroom. He was paying $2,300, and they were going to raise him to $26,000, but he bought a house.
Nuts.
So
you're either going to pay $25,000 a year to rent and have nothing to show for it, or you get into a home, and even if it only went up 5%, you're going to make $20,000 on a $400,000 house. It's a no-brainer. I want to talk about something else that to me is a little frightening right now, and it's called the IRS. You know who the IRS is? Those are the people that you don't want knocking on your door. Mm-hmm. So the IRS just hired 87,000 agents to audit. Now, not to do your tax, not to review your tax returns, because they're behind.
They're 2 years behind.
They're 2 years behind on doing tax returns, but they want to audit. Now, they say they're going after the big business, but that doesn't happen. The big business billionaires are laughing at this because they've got Arthur Andersen or KPMG.
Deloitte, yeah, they've got two different big companies double checking their tax returns.
They got major companies that are making sure that they're following tax code, and they're living by the tax code. But it's the middle America that they're going to go after. Now, listen, they are telling the job. You can read it online under the IRS code. They are hiring 87,000 agents that will be armed. They're working 50 hours a week. They have to be on call 24/7, and they have to be prepared to use deadly force.
That's the ad?
It's not an ad. It's the description of this job in the IRS website. They have to be prepared to use deadly force. Now, you go look it up. Matter of fact, I'll have my assistant pull it up, and they'll give you the direct link to the IRS. I was shocked that they actually said it. They didn't just think it or allude to it. So they actually said it.
And I know you're alluding to your self-employed borrowers that drive the F-150 or F-250.
For sure they are.
And show $1 million in revenue and that they make $110,000 a year.
Or show $1 million in revenue and make $20,000 per year.
You're not going to be getting away with that.
So listen, here's the thing, guys. There are programs that I have called bank statement programs to accommodate you. But I'm just telling you because a lot of my listeners out there are good, solid, self-employed people, but you use as much tax write-offs as you possibly can. I'm just telling you, your federal government is coming after you. So be prepared. Let's get your book straightened out. Make sure you're always paying your appropriate amount of taxes. Don't commingle your personal things with your business. I see a lot of you guys doing that. Stop doing that. Don't come in. Don't say, oh yeah, everything goes through my business. Well, that's an audit waiting to happen, and I don't want you to get shot for it. So God forbid something like that happens, but I'm going to get you the code. Matter of fact, I'm going to have it on my website. I'll get my assistant to put it on the website where you can go on and see what the IRS is doing to the American public right now. The middle America, self-employed person. I'm very worked up about this, as you can tell. I don't like it at all.
You want a good tax write-off? guess what that is? That rental, that leapfrog we're talking about.
Absolutely.
So we'll go talk more about that in the last segment. 407-352 for Loveland Properties. We'd love to help you with anything to do with real estate.
So we left off the last 4 digits. That's 407-352-8118 or lovelandreport.com.
A little dyslexic.
Or the Loner Ranger at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Stay tuned.